Shalom, the water for logging in with us here at the Light of Zion. We're in the midst of the tabernacles. All right, why I feel like that? Oh, I know why. Boom, there we go. So there you go. That's a beautiful sight right there. I got Captain Samson. I got with me with my priest Karam. I got with me Soldier, our powerful brother Asher, and we about to dive into these scriptures tonight, bringing out Psalms 23. Psalms 23 is a psalm that Christians like to read, but do they really understand what's going on in Psalms 23? But we about to dive into these scriptures and break it down and get some understanding according to thy word.
Con, all praise to the Father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel. All praise to the Most High, that He allows us to congregate, keep the commandments of the Lord, and stay on fire for His word. Right. So before we start up, we're going to open up with the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17.
It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3. It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17, right?
Right.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adonai Yahushua, giving thanks to the Adonai and the Father by Him.
Right. So everything that we do in word or deed and action, right, it's to honor the Most High and the Son. What you got?
No, I was seeing what you got.
Okay, I just had a couple just for the first verse.
All right, come. Beautiful. Bring that out, and I'm going to let me back off of you after the first verse.
So all praise to the Father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you want to jump right into it?
Yeah, dive right into it.
Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 1.
Come.
Right, because these are one of those John 3:16 passages that a lot of Christians might read, but they don't understand it.
Come.
Right? So I remember we was at camp. The sister came up to us and said, read the Serenity Prayer. I said, what? Right? Read the Serenity Prayer. And she was talking about Psalms 23. Right? But you see, this is why Christianity has made the Bible so religious. You're not going to find Serenity Prayer in the Bible. Right? So let's break it down through the Spirit. Right? So let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 1.
Okay.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 23, and verse 1.
Right?
The Most High is my shepherd. I shall not want.
So it says the Most High is my shepherd, I shall not want. So what's the difference between wants and needs? Right? When you talk about doing your bills, right, they call it discretionary bills, right? And I think it's called disposable, right?
Yeah.
So you have your need. Yeah. What's the difference between wants and needs? All right. What you got here?
Need is something that needs to live, something like food, water, shelter.
Right.
What is, that's what you over there, that looks pretty good.
God.
All of those things.
Right. God.
Why you have to say that?
Right. Now, that's a perfect example, though, right? So you said a powerful thing right there, right? You said your needs is your shelter, right? The things that you need to live on a day-to-day basis, right? Let's go to the book of Sirach, right? Chapter 39, verse 26.
I'm just leaving it in the middle. Y'all got to talk up some more, all right?
Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 26, because Captain Akar already brought it out. The necessities in our daily life, right? The things that we need to live.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 39, and verse 26.
Right?
The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water.
Now, you see that this hurricane just passed, right? A lot of people went without water. Now, what are the different things that we need water for on a day-to-day basis?
To bathe.
Right? To what?
To bathe.
To bathe. What else we need water for? To drink. What we got, sis? To drink, right? What else do we use water for? To clean. That's very essential, right? You go a couple of days without washing your clothes, it's over with, right? What you got, King?
Even to eat,
Even to eat.
even the boiled food that you gotta clean. You gotta like say clean meat. You gotta boil that.
Right.
So you have to use water to even to have for food.
Exactly. You talk about Flint, Michigan, right? They still
Right.
got that dirty water.
Yep.
Those are the principal things in life that they're lacking.
Right.
But we see these are the necessities that the Most High gives to the children of Israel. Right? So keep going on that, start from the top.
Verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water,
Right?
fire.
Now you have fire, right? So now in our households, unless you have one of those stovetop grills that you got to get the lighter and turn it on, why do we need fire? What's the modern day fire in our household? The lights, right? Electricity, right? We need that fire, right? Either we're cooking, right? Things for the household. You need a generator. You need that electricity, right? Fire is an essential principle of man's life, right? Keep going.
Iron and salt.
Iron and salt. You need to be able to season the food, right? You got the lemon pepper seasoning. You got the sazon, right? What else we got? Got the garlics, right? We need these different things to make our food well as well. Keep going.
Flour of wheat.
Flour of wheat, so we can make dough, make noodles, make pasta, make bread, right? These things are the principal and chief things of a man's life, right?
Con.
Keep going,
honey, milk,
right? So milk and honey, right? These are the essential things as well. Keep going.
and the blood of the grape.
And the what?
And the blood of the grape.
Now, what's the blood of the grape?
I want to
Why?
hear what they say.
Right?
They wasn't supposed
Slide,
to use.
slide.
Come on, come
My
on,
fault,
come
man.
on now.
Slide.
You see,
My
that's
fault.
why I told you. Yeah, that's why I told you.
Right? What you got, sis? Wine, right? The blood of the grape, right? You got the menage a trois. You got the sangria. What else we got, Cap? Right? You know a little bit more than me, right? What we got? What's the blood of the grape? What you dealing with?
What we got? Crown.
We got crown.
We got vodka.
We got vodka.
We got La Familia.
Woo.
That's that new one we done came across. And
Right.
the total wine. We ain't trying to promote
Right,
alcohol.
we're not trying to promote it, but we
But
understand the blood of the grape,
Huh.
right? Because the scriptures talk about how wine was made to make men glad. Right?
Exactly.
So let's get that after that. Is that it on that on 20?
No, keep going.
Keep going.
And oil.
And the oil, you need oil to cook, right? You need oil for your food.
And even
right?
oil in the lamp.
Even say it again. And eat oil in
the
lamp.
lamp.
So this can also be spiritual. You need that spiritual oil as well.
Fun, exactly.
Right?
What else?
Keep going.
And clothing.
And what?
And clothing.
Having clothing is very essential, man. Right? Having food, having clothes to put on your back, you can't take advantage of that, right? Right. So these are the principal things, or the chief things that the Most High gives us as the children of Israel.
Read that next verse, though. Read that next one, so we can understand something too.
Right.
Verse 27.
All
these things are for good to the godly.
These are good for the righteous people.
Right.
But what else?
So to the sinners.
To the who?
To the sinners.
Keep going.
They are turned into evil.
And they can take these same things that are meant for our good,
right,
and turn it into evil.
That's right.
We want to get drunk, especially when it comes to the blood of the grape.
Right.
We got milk and honey that we can use for a good thing, but as we know, everything got to be used in moderation.
Right.
That same milk and honey can do what to our bodies? It can break us down and destroy us if we use it in gluttony. As I brought the class out a couple of weeks ago, dealing with gluttony. And what was the other one? Gluttony and what?
Discipline.
No, it wasn't discipline. Gluttony and
like excessive.
Being excessive. It was two things. There was two sins I was diving into. Dealing with the water. Same thing even goes in the water.
Right.
You know you can drink too much water and kill yourself? By drinking too much water, you can literally kill yourself. So we got to do all things in moderation at the end of the day. But go ahead, King.
Right. So that's a powerful point, right? These things have to be done in moderation. Let's get the book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 17. Right? The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 17.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 32, and verse 17.
Oh, hold that. Salaki. Let me get there first. I don't think that's what I want. Salaki. Sirach 31 and 27. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 31, verse 27.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 31.
Hold on. Say con when you got it. All right, con. Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 31, and verse 27. Wine is as good as life to a man.
Right.
If it be drunk moderately.
So now that doesn't just apply to wine, right? That applies to everything. Things should also always be done in moderation, right? Because the Most High says a false balance is what to the Most High? It's an abomination. So everything needs to be done in moderation. That doesn't just apply to the blood of the grape, but that's every aspect of our life, right? Even when you talk about working, right?
Yeah.
You got a lot of brothers want to make the bread. They want to take care of their family. They want to do all these different things, but you got to do that thing in moderation. Because you're working 60, 70 hours a week, you're going to break yourself down.
Yep.
Everything needs to be done in moderation. There has to be a balance in every single aspect of our life, right? Keep going.
What life is then to a man that is without wine?
Right.
For it was made to make men glad.
Right. So it was made to make men glad. Right. These goes back to the things that the Most High has provided for us. Right. So let's go back to the book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 1. Right. The book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 1.
There's the book of Psalms.
I lost it myself.
Come on,
What you got?
Okay? Come on. Right.
And I was wondering if it would be a good idea to Proverbs 66 and put into a third end.
Right.
Whenever we look at the end, it's doing one thing at a time. It's not doing one A, B, C, D.
Right.
It's at once. Because once you get doing one thing at a time, and at the end of the day, sometimes it's not everything collectively, now everything is prepared for more. If we do too much things, like all that, not in moderation, then maybe it's, I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying, King. Because when you break things down that way, you put more focus on certain things, right? You're more organized instead of doing 5 things at once and they're all kind of short-handed, right? So it's powerful. So when you have that type of order, right, and take time on these different things, more things that you do is more organized. You feel me? So calm, right? So give me that back in Psalms 23 and 1,
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 1.
right?
The Most High is my shepherd.
Uh-huh.
I shall not want.
What is the purpose of a shepherd, right? What is the duty of a shepherd? To guard, right? Con is a powerful word, right? To guard, right? What else? To guide, Con, to guide. What else is the purpose of a shepherd? To lead the sheep, right? So you see that the purpose of a shepherd is someone that protects, to guide, to lead, to guard, right? So, but that's what the Bible is saying. The Most High is to us, our shepherd, the one that guides, protects, and leads us, right? And it says, and then we keep going on that. It says, I shall not what?
I shall not want.
It says, and I shall not want, right? Meaning you're going to have those things that you need, that we read about in Sirach, those principal things. Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7. Right? The book of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7. Because the scriptures tell you that everything that we ask for, we receive because we do what? When we need to receive something from the Most High, what does he require of us? By doing what? By keeping his commandments, right? And having faith in the Son, right? So give me that in 1 Timothy chapter 6 and start at verse 7. 6, lucky.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 6.
Right?
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Right? But godliness with contentment. Look up that word contentment. Right? What does that word contentment mean? Right? It says, but godliness with contentment. Let's see what that word for contentment means. Let me pull that up right quick. All right.
Contentment definition.
Let's pull that up right quick.
The definition for contentment:
Right?
a state of happiness,
A what?
a state of happiness
Right?
and satisfaction.
And a state of happiness and satisfaction. Right? That's what we receive when we keep faith in the Most High. And anything that we lack, we understand that the Most High will keep us content. Right? So that's a powerful definition. So read that 1 Corinthians 6 and 6 again. That's like it. 1 Timothy 6 and 6.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 6.
Right?
But godliness with contentment is great gain.
Keep going.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
Right?
And having food and raiment.
Having what?
Having food and raiment.
Having our necessities, the things that we need that the Most High will provide for us. Having food and raiment. Keep going.
Let us be therewith content.
We have to be content with those things. Because the Most High has continued to provide when we had lack, when we started to stress. Right? Give me the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 8.
Hold on real quick.
God's lucky.
Let me get Isaiah 58 and Isaiah 55, I believe. Get that for me real quick.
I got you.
I believe that's it.
You want my servant shall eat?
Huh?
You want my servant shall eat? What you want?
No, that's it. Isaiah 55 and 1.
Oh, okay, come on.
But the same thing he just brought out. You got it?
Yeah.
The same thing he brought out. Now, I didn't say this before. The 3 kings for a person to survive. Now, we already brought out one of the necessities of life, as we already brought out. But the 3 kings, in the same sense, and it just brought it out at this in that scripture we just read. The 3 kings are food, clothes, shelter.
Right.
Read that for me, King.
God, is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 1.
Come.
Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
Uh-huh.
And he that hath no money,
Uh-huh.
come ye, buy and eat.
You have no money, but yet the scripture is telling you to come buy and eat.
Right.
How? How is that even possible? Keep going.
Yea, come, buy wine and milk.
See that same thing as it brought out previously,
Right.
the wine and the milk.
That's right.
Keep going.
Without money.
With what?
Without money.
And you still getting these things without money, because why? These are the necessities of life.
Right.
These are the things that the earth give us, the animals give us. Keep going.
And without price.
All these things are without a price. But keep going.
Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread?
Why do we spend our money on the things that's not food? We want to get the best of the best. We can't eat it. We can't do nothing with it. When that time comes, you can't take sometimes you can't even take the money and wipe your behind with it. You want to catch a rash. You can't blow your nose with it. It's going to rip. When the COVID hit, what we was out of? For some odd reason, we was out of toilet paper and napkins. 29 and 21? Right, that too. But we done on that one. But these are some of the things that we got to really think about. So Psalms 23, that's just the first verse. We ain't even moved to the second verse yet. That's just all in the first verse. Oh, read verse 1 again in Psalms real quick. Grab Psalms 23 and 1.
This book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Come on, man. He's supposed to be our all.
Right.
He's the end all, the say all, the Most High. That's why we had to serve our enemy. That's why we got to come out. The KOA is where we at. Even to hold our tabernacles. But believe it or not, if we wouldn't spend our money on stuff we really don't need, we can have our own little piece of property where we can do these things at. But that takes a level of real dedication. We got dedication in us. Yeah. I got a sister that flew from where? That's dedication. That's dedication to fly from somewhere. Even the other sisters that came from Georgia, you feel me? That's dedication. Brothers that move from Georgia, that's dedication. To be out here for a whole week and say, the hell with my job, that's dedication. That's real dedication, man. Because he is what we want. This is what we all about. That's why we at Tabernacles right now. You feel me? So we got to understand, even being out here, we got to be in a state of happiness and glory right now. The whole world can be destroyed around us, but guess where we at? Waiting for the chariot to come. Because we're doing what the Most High told us to do. Read that what Shemi all brought out. 29 and 21.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 29 and verse 21.
Bring that out.
The chief thing for life is water.
What?
The chief thing for life is water.
Keep going.
And bread.
What else?
And clothing.
Come on, man.
And in house.
Come on, man.
To cover shame.
You can't get this. Right. You covering your shame because guess where you got to change your clothes at? Right. Come on, man. The three kings. The Most High break it down in the scriptures. That's it on that? That's it? Come. Go back. Go ahead, priest.
Come. Right? So we see how let's see how David brought this out, right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 6.
Come.
Right? Because the Most High says we have to do everything in moderation. We're not asking for excess, right? We just want to be right in the middle, right? Between having everything that we need from the Most High. So let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, and let's see. Salakia, Proverbs. Verse 8. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. Say calm when you got it.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 8.
Calm.
Remove far from me vanity and lies.
Right.
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
It says, give me neither poverty nor riches, right? I don't want to be the richest man in the world, but I don't want to also be the poorest man in the world. Right?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Give me neither poverty nor riches. Keep going.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
Give me the food that's convenient for me, the things that I need to live, right? The chief things, the principal things, right? The essentials, right? Keep going.
Remove far from me, Salah, verse 9.
Right.
Lest I be full and deny thee
Uh-huh.
and say, who is the Most High?
What does that mean? Right? It says, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Most High? What does that mean? Right? Somebody give the sense. Right? You got everything. Right? Well, you say, Yahweh who? Right? Yeah, you're right. You don't need the Most High anymore. Right? Next, you stop showing up to the Sabbath day. Right? You don't keep the commandments no more. Feast of Tabernacles, you're going to use that week to go on vacation. Right? Because you don't need the Most High at that point. Keep going.
Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of the Most High in vain.
Meaning you blaspheme the name of the Most High. Right? You dishonor the name of the Most High. We have to trust in the Most High at all times, whether we have it or whether we don't. Right? Because the Most High is like we read in Psalm 23 is our shepherd, man. Right? So let's go back to Psalms.
Psalms 23 and 1 for me.
Come on.
More going to come out. I already know you. More going to come out for you. Because when I start going, you're going to see stuff. I'm glad Shemi Wale ain't hit the building too. Precept man, hit me up sometime. You ready? Psalms 23 and 1. We're going back, diving through it now. If you got to read it, because
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 1.
you can tell it.
The Most High is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Uh-huh.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures.
Pause right there. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Keep going.
Con. He leadeth me beside the still waters.
He leadeth me beside still waters. Give me Revelation 17 and 7. 7 and 17. So as you know, the Most High is supposed to be the one that leadeth you. And everything you do, he's supposed to be your guide. But the scripture is going to let us know. Read that for me, King.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 17.
Come.
For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them,
Uh-huh.
and shall lead them unto living fountains of water.
Shall lead us to what?
Living fountains of water.
Mind you, this is the still water Psalms 23 is talking about.
Con.
What did Moses take the people through?
The Red Sea.
What was it?
He made that water still.
The water wasn't flowing. The water was still. It stopped.
Right.
And what was one of the necessities we need? That water is a twofold scripture. You feel me? Because he said, those that keep the commandments out of their belly shall flow what? You can't beat that, man. You want to watch Satan went into this to start and breaking stuff down. Isaiah 49 and 10. You can't get around this stuff, man. The Most High put everything together so beautifully. How can you deny he's the Most High at the end of the day? When they tell me this is a white man's book, how? This stuff is put together too beautifully for the white man to do that. He can't do nothing that great. We look at him how he work at our jobs. He don't do stuff that's logical. Read that for me.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 10.
Read that for me.
They shall not hunger nor thirst.
Say that again.
They shall not hunger nor thirst.
What do we want? What was the first verse of Psalms? You feel me? We ain't gonna hunger nor thirst.
Right.
Keep going.
They shall not hunger nor thirst.
Uh-huh.
Neither shall the heat nor sun smite thee.
The heat on the sun ain't gonna smite us like that. Why? Because even during the times of Moses, what covered us from the sun and the heat?
Chariots.
But what was it though? The chariots was there, but what they said it was?
Cloud.
A what? Hun. We ain't gonna be worried about none of this. Even in the time of destruction. What it tells us in Job. We're gonna laugh at famine. Why can't we laugh at famine when everybody else around us starving?
Right.
Because man can't live off what? You feel me? Keep going.
For he that hath mercy on them shall lead them.
He that have mercy on them shall do what?
Shall lead them.
How he gonna lead us? What he lead us with? What do he use to lead us with? What? Who he gave the word to? You're right. It's the word. This is our guide. At the end of the day, when everybody out there talking about how do we know what's right and wrong, We got a measuring stick to measure everything with, and that's the word.
Right.
Everybody else don't have the measuring stick because in their mind, as you was trying to talk to that one brother, they want to go to the walls of Egypt.
Right.
The walls of Egypt ain't going to help you.
Come on.
You don't understand nothing that's written on the walls of Egypt.
Right.
But yet they want to use the walls of Egypt. Keep going.
Come on. Even by the springs of water shall he guide them.
Even by the springs of water shall he guide them. Now, when we walked through the Red Sea, that water could have that path could have took us anywhere, but what we did, what did we stay on?
The narrow path.
And what did Christ tell us about the path?
It's narrow.
You feel me? How all this stuff connect, dude. You can't get around it. The Most High put this thing together like it's a puzzle, but the pieces are right there. Is more on that? Give me Isaiah 28:8 now. This stuff is so beautiful when you just sit down and really look at what he's talking about in all these scriptures. Because everything just starts to come back. It's the Holy Spirit that's going to bring this stuff to our remembrance. That's why in my prayer, I asked him for the Spirit to come teach us. I'm not doing this. It's the Spirit in the Most High that's going to do all of this. My words means nothing. It's the word of the Most High that means everything. You got it?
28:1. Isaiah 28.
28:8.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, and verse 8. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness.
Hey, dang, that's what I want.
Isaiah 28:8.
Dang, is that 25:8? Salah. Isaiah 25:8. I'm sorry. All right, yeah.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 25, and verse 8. He will swallow up death in victory,
Uh-huh.
and the Most High power will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth. For the Most High hath spoken it, and it shall be said in the day, Lo, this is our power. We have waited for him, and he will save us. This is the Most High. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation.
Salah, that's not what I want. I don't know why I wrote that down. My bad, family. Psalms 23:3. That's not it. I got to find that scripture. Huh? I don't know why I wrote that one down. Read 23:3 for me. Oh, dang, wrong page.
Psalms.
Yeah, come. Psalms.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 3.
Come.
He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Pause right there. Give me Sirach 20:32.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 22.
20:32.
20 and 32.
Uh-huh.
Necessary patience in seeking the Most High is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
Without a what?
Without a guide.
Read that one more time for me.
God. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 32. Necessary patience in seeking the Most High is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
Necessary patience. Oh, that darn it, thing done changed on me. Necessary is patience. Oh, thought that was mine. That's me? For water. How did that just pop up? Shalak family. Necessary is patience. Patience is necessary, and seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
Right. Right? Because the Most High gives us direction, right? You have to be patient with the Most High when it comes to making your next move and your next step, right? Contrast is just living a life, doing whatever you want, right? It's kind of just living off a whim, right? But having the Most High as your guide, it leaves you, the end result is going to be success, right? Because you have the Most High guiding your steps, right? Let me get the book of Jeremiah while you get that, right? The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 23, right? The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 23. All right, so it says necessary patience and seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide. Right? So seeking the Most High, he's going to be our direction. He's going to be the one that's directing our steps. Right? So give me the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 23. Say, "Come when you got it." Come.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, and verse 23.
Right?
O Most High, I know that the way of man is not in himself.
Right?
Mhm.
It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps.
Right? So if it's not in man that walketh to direct his steps, who directs our steps? Right? Who directs our steps? Huh? The Most High. So what scripture tells us that the Most High directs our steps? Come on, let's get that. Proverbs 16 and 9. You got something? Let me get that first. Proverbs 20 and 26. Right? So you
Start
said
at
Proverbs
24.
16 and 9, right? Come.
Start at verse 24.
Right? Come. Give me Proverbs 20 and
See, I
24.
had that down. I had that down too.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, and verse 24. Right?
Come.
Man's goings are of the Most High. How can a man then understand his own way?
Right, so seeking the Most High, having the Most High as our guide, it's better than just living life without any type of direction, right? The Most High gave us the understanding on following His commandments. He gives us sound judgment and discernment to make wise decisions, right? And then give me that what you wanted, Proverbs 16 and 9, right? The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9.
Got it.
Come
It's the
on,
book
go
of
ahead.
Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9.
Right?
A man's heart deviseth his way,
Uh-huh.
but the Most High directeth his steps.
Right, so it's ultimately the Most High that's going to be your guide. He's the one that's going to lead you in those paths of righteousness by honoring and seeking the Most High. Right? You have something?
Sirach 50 and 29.
Come on.
We're dealing with leaders, paths. Read that for me. Sirach chapter 50 and verse 29.
Say calm when you got it.
You got it? Read
It's
it.
the book of Sirach, chapter 50, verse 29.
Bring that out.
For if he do them, he shall be strong. Salah. For if he do them, he shall be strong to all things. For the light of the Most High leadeth him.
Start at verse
28, right?
Start at verse 28.
Blessed is he that shall be exercised in these things,
Uh-huh.
and he that lays them up in his heart shall become wise.
Salakia, right? So it says, blessed is he that shall be exercised in these things, right? So what does it mean to be exercised in these things, right? When you talk about working out, right? What consists of working out? You got consistency, right? You got reps, right?
Discipline.
Things like that. Say it again.
Discipline.
You have discipline, right? So when it talks about exercising these things, that's talking about keeping the commandments of the Lord, staying on fire for the Most High, right? I know I can't be one to talk, right? But if you want to start going to the gym, you might have to start 1 or 2 days, right? You got to do 3 to 4, right? But you exercise these things so you can become stronger, right? You start studying more, you start reading more, right? Because once you have that discipline and you exercise that discipline to study more and read more, then you start to see those results,
Okay.
right? You have to. It says, "Blessed is he that shall be exercised in these things," right? Keep going on that.
God. For if he do them,
Read 28 again,
verse 28,
right?
blessed is he that shall be exercised in these things, and he that layeth them up in his heart shall become wise.
He that layeth the commandments up in his mind shall be wise. Keep going.
For if he do them,
If he do them, what's the them? The what? Come on, keep going.
for if he do them,
Uh-huh.
he shall be strong to all things.
All the things he put his hand to, he's going to succeed at. He's going to be strong at it. Keep going.
For the light of the Most High leadeth him.
For what?
For the light of the Most High leadeth him.
What is the light? The law. We already understand that. What you need, as they even had the parable with the virgins, what you needed for that light?
You need the oil.
What was one of the principal things that we need?
That oil.
You can't get around it. Keep going.
Whoso giveth wisdom to the godly, blessed be the Most High forever. Amen.
Wisdom of Solomon, 7 and 15. You can't get around this stuff, man. The Most High want to lead us, do we want to be led is the question. Because a lot of people do this thing to try to please men. Don't please man when you're doing this. If you ain't doing it for the Most High, don't do it at all. Do it for him. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for the brothers sitting next to me. Don't do it for the light of Zion. Do it for the Most High. Because at the end of the day, the light of Zion ain't going to help you when you face the Most High. You can't call, oh, it was them that did it. No, don't call me or call the chief. Most High willing, I'm on the plane. I ain't coming back. I ain't going to ask for nobody else. Hey, whoever did what they had to do, that's on them, man. We got to go through the throne of grace boldly, asking for this forgiveness. We can share our burdens while we're here, but at the end of the day, it's on you to do what you got to do. What Solomon told us?
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 15. The Most High hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as it meet for the things that are given me. Because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom.
Who doing the wisdom thing?
Because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom.
It's the Most High that's going to give you the wisdom. Do you want the wisdom? You got to want it. Keep going.
And directed the wise.
And he do what?
And directed the wise.
He's going to direct the wise people. But the sinner, he don't want to be directed nowhere. He want to go do what he want to do. Keep going.
For in his hand are both we and our words. All wisdom also. And knowledge of workmanship.
You can't get around that. Your workmanship is going to show if you wise or not. The actions you take in your life is going to show if you for the Most High or not. So we all got to really, what's the word I want to use? As Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror.
Right. Look the man in the mirror.
Look at the man in the mirror.
Self-examination.
Self-examine yourself. Don't let another person take you off your pivot. Know what you got to do. Because spirits are going to be around. How are you going to handle the spirit? Because a person to say something to get you all out of whack and make you want to put your hands around them. Right around their throat. Now, who going off? You or them? Because you made them move. We already know who's at work. They know. Damn, we having a great time at Tabernacle. Go, guess who's going to show up? Hashatan going to show up. So we got to understand, yeah, Hashatan, I see you. You can't do nothing. Ha, 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 laughing at you. I ain't going to keep going. That's old Juvenile song. But let's keep moving. Psalms 23 and 4. Hopefully it's coming more clear and clear what the psalm is talking about. Hope it's becoming clear.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 4.
Keep going.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Where do we walk every day? What is death? What are we walking through? Huh? We walking through sin, but literally we walking through our lives. It's death all around us. If we want to partake in it and don't want the Most High to lead us, guess what you get? You get fire. He gave us, you choose water or fire. Please choose water. He's telling us what to choose. Well, guess what? A lot of us want to choose. We them same people. I want a king. I want a king. Yeah, give me the king. Hey, man. My first tabs, I was out. I was like a hobbit. I wanted to do it this time, but I had to go back to the plantation. Them 2 drives back and forth, had that gas tank looking very sick. I had to stay home the next 2 days. And I was sad staying there. I didn't want to be there. I had to come back, make sure I did this class, though. I'm off Friday, so I know I'll be here. Because somebody said they want them grilled cheeses, so I got to cook them grilled cheeses.
Yeah, I need that preset.
I wanted to do the class and be cooking at the same time, but I want everybody in my game room, so I had to switch it up. I really want to do the class and cook at the same time. Or fry some fish up. Huh? Say what? Say, oh, take the chapter to a whole new level? That would have been powerful. You feel me? Could have got a few views. Can they really cook? But hey, man, we here. You had something you was about to say? Keep going, King.
Gone. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
For what?
For thou art with me.
Now, can we claim that the Most High is with us if we sinning? But guess what a lot of my brothers like to do? And sisters, they like to say, he with me, even though I'm committing this wickedness.
Right.
And nobody want to just, you know what? I was off. I'm going wrong. I'm sorry. Jeremiah 30:17. My bad. I got my uncle online throwing scriptures at me. I forgot to read that one too. Jeremiah 30:17 for me.
Right.
Exactly.
God.
Which God are they thanking?
Right.
They thanking the power of Esau.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 17.
Con.
For I will restore health unto thee. That's it.
Yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 17. For I will restore health unto thee. I will heal thee of thy wounds, say of the Most High, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
And now this is where the Most High is going to bring us back and redeem us. Because they looking at us like this is the Zion. We are the outcast right now. We act like the outcast. We treat ourselves like the outcast, but we're not the outcast. Until we realize it and take back our throneship, as Chief like to always say, and Yahushua said it best, you got to live like you are in the kingdom. You got to live like you in the kingdom. Keep going.
Verse 18. Thus saith the Most High, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents.
And where we at right now? We back in our captivity in tents again. He did it once for us, but guess what? No longer will be said, I brought the children of Egypt out of where? No, out of Egypt. But I brought them forth out of the land of the north. Keep going.
Thus saith the Most High, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof.
That's it. Go back on Psalms.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 4.
Con.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
Pause right there. Give me Job 24:17. Job understood what the shadow of death was.
Job 24:17.
17.
It's the book of Job, chapter 24, verse 17. For the morning is to them even as the shadow of death.
What is mourning? When you're sad and in a bad place, when you know you down and out, that's another side of shadow of death. Because how you walking around, everybody around you will be down and out as well. But keep going.
If one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death.
If you understand that, even when Christ said, let the dead bury the dead, that's a wild saying. That's a dark saying of Christ. To know that somebody done died and you want to go try to save that person, but Christ said, no, let the dead bury the dead. We got a mission to go do. Understand, we on that mission right now. By keeping the tabernacles out here, we on our mission. At least I let the officer on the bike know, hey, what we out here doing. He let the little kids hop on the bike and take pictures and all that good stuff. That's a memory for a child to hop on a four-wheeler. I wish we had some four-wheelers out here. It'd be nice. But we got, Don't tempt you? Shoot, ain't nothing wrong with it. We got bikes, you feel me? We got toys for the kids.
Yeah.
But we got to make an example for the little ones. So they know it is possible because my parents did it. If they can do it, why can't I? You feel me? I'm a first time. But we always got to make sure whatever we do, it's always for the next generation. We can't be selfish and only think about us. We got to make a way for the next generation to be able to do it. Go back to Psalms for me.
I got something for 24.
You got something?
Go back to Psalms 23 and 4. Sure.
You want me to read it? Yeah. Psalms chapter 23 and verse 4.
Right.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
So it says, I will fear no evil. Right? You see that the Most High is sending his plagues upon the earth, right? You got these monkeypox going around. Right? You got different famines happening and things like that. Right? People getting arrested for human trafficking, right? You got a lot of people getting exposed in these last days. You know, they dropped that documentary about that serial killer Edomite, right? These people are amongst us, right?
They got two of them.
Right? They got two of them.
Wow, what's making him so big and popular right now? Well, we got to talk. You know why, though? What month we in?
We in October.
So guess what got to come out in October? Huh?
Right.
Ooh.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right. They talking about what they got in the fridge. Why are you in this house, right? Right, we're gonna go back to work, right? And I'm glad you brought up. It's the month of October. Right, we're gonna go back to work. They're gonna talk about we got to be in the Halloween spirit.
Yeah.
What the hell is a Halloween spirit, man? Right? A Halloween spirit. You got to dress up as your favorite character, right? In Halloween, right? It's like you're embodying that spirit, right? They got you dressing up as Freddy versus Jason. Right, looking like Chucky.
Hey, I hate to say it.
Oh, man.
I had some of my people go look at Smile.
Okay, hold on.
It's a wild movie. I ain't see it.
Movie, right?
But again,
movie, right?
That's what happens. You feel me? In this month, they're going to try to bring out the most
wickedness,
outrageous wickedness, and how you walking around have smiling at you. And that's what I hear you back there. You was at the movies too, wasn't it? Looking at it. Nothing. Let's keep going.
Right. So read that Psalm 23 and 4 again.
Psalms chapter 23 and verse 4. Right. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Right. So two things I want to bring out, right? It says, I will fear no evil, right? Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 5. Right? Come on, you getting there? Come on. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. The only reason why we have this confidence in not receiving those judgments that the world's going to receive is because we keep the commandments of the Lord, right? Let me get the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. Say calm when you got it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 5.
Right.
Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
A lot of people think that when they put their Bible in front of their dash on their car, they good, right? They got their Bible right there. They got their what's some things called them Catholics be wearing those
the beads, the
rosemaries.
Rosemaries, right? There you go.
Right. They got those on the on their little headlight, right? They think that's what's going to protect them, right? But keeping the commandments of the Lord is how we receive protection from the Most High. Right, keep going.
And a wise man's heart discern both time and judgment.
We discern both time and judgment because we understand the Most High, and when we keep His commandments, He gives us that wisdom, right? So let's get the book of Sirach to the 34 verse 16, right? The book of Sirach chapter 34 verse 16. Slaki, start at verse 14.
34 and 14.
Yes, Sirach chapter 34 verse 14.
The book of Sirach chapter 34 and verse 14.
Right, it says that we shall fear no evil. Right, when these wars start, turning up, talking about they targeting America and things like that, We can't fear that evil.
Nope.
Because we keep the commandments of the Lord. That should be our confidence and our faith in these last days, right? Sirach 34 and
14.
14. Come.
Sirach chapter 34 and verse 14. Whoso feareth the Most High
Right?
shall not fear nor be afraid.
Right? That goes back to Psalm 23. Right? Keep going.
For he is his hope.
He is his what?
His hope.
The Most High is our hope. He is our trust. He is our foundation. Right? Keep going.
Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Most High.
Uh-huh.
To whom doth he look?
Right?
And who is his strength?
So we're not going to be looking at Esau to try to save us in these last days, right? We're not going to look at Esau's military and say we need the military to save us from these attacks that's going to come to this place, right? We're not going to look to the news and things like that. We're going to look unto the Most High, right? Keep going.
For the eyes of the Most High are upon them that love him.
Keep going.
He is their mighty protection.
The Most High is our mighty protection because we keep his commandments. Keep going.
And strong stay,
right?
A defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling,
right?
And a help from falling.
Right, so the Most High, he is our shepherd, man, right? A defense from heat, right? A cover from the sun at noon. We can only receive these things if we keep the commandments of the Lord, right? So, let's go back to Psalm 23. Psalm 23 and verse 5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 5.
Right.
Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Most High forever.
Right, so we can only pray that, right? We can only pray that goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life, right? That only happens if we stay committed and dedicated to the Most High in our entire life, right? We may have times where we're wavering, right? Some weeks we may be weaker than the other. Some weeks we may be stronger than the other. But we have to continue to seek the Most High at all times, right? Kyle, you got something?
Keep going. I got to find it real quick.
Right, so let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 10, and I think I want verse.
Get that for him, Mom, actually.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 22. Right? The book of Sirach chapter 10, verse 22.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 22.
Come.
Whether he be rich, noble, or poor,
right?
Their glory is the fear of the Most High.
Right? Our glory shall be the fear of the Most High, whether in any state that we're in, right? Whether we have all our bills paid, whether we're short on something, right? We may not have eaten that day, right? But we understand that our glory and our treasure is in the Most High because we trust in the Most High through every single thing that we go to, right? Con, you got something?
There's actually more on
Con, keep going on that.
Good. It is not me to despise the poor man that has understanding, neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man.
Right.
Great men and judges and potentates,
right,
shall be honored.
Right.
Yet is there none of them greater than he that feareth the Most High.
Right. So what does it mean to fear the Most High? Right, with a precept. Right. What does it mean to fear the Most High? Right. So a lot of people say, I fear God. Right. I go to church every Sunday. Right. What does it mean to fear God according to the Bible? Right. What you got, King? Come on, let's get Sirach 2 and 15. Right. Right. What does it mean to fear the Most High? Give me the book of Sirach chapter 2, verse 15.
This is the book of Sirach chapter 2, verse 15.
Right.
They that fear the Most High will not disobey his words, and they that love him will keep his commandments.
Right. So to keep the Most High's commandments actually shows that you fear the Most High. Right. Come on, King. Right. I know it's about 9 o'clock. You wanted to kind of wrap it up, or
no? We bring out a couple more scriptures.
Right. So the fear of the Most High is to keep his commandments. Keep going.
Come. They that fear the Most High will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Right, so that they that love him will do those things that are well pleasing unto him. Right, let's go to the book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 22. All right, let's see those things that are pleasing unto the Most High. All right, 1 John chapter 3 verse 22. All right, say calm when you got it.
It's the book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 22.
Right,
And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight.
come on, you want to break that down, King? You want to break that down? Right,
Break it down. His voice leaving. Break it down for him.
Right, so everything that we do, right, to honor the Most High, to show them that we love him and fear him, is by keeping his commandments. Right, come. Right, you got something?
I'm gonna just bring this out real quick.
All right.
Because I said it earlier, but I just want to read the scripture on it. Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 16. Yeah, read that for me real quick. Because we at Tabernacles, and I'm about to close it out. I'm glad that everybody was able to come. We'll see if our brother Captain Zamar will have the soldier class with all the men that's here, and the little buns even have that aspect while we out here. Again, that won't be filmed or anything, but again, that's for the brothers, you feel me? But this is for something that's everybody that's here, that they must understand. Even in this time, we doing what we got to do. Situations arise. We might fall out of the spirit, but we still must try to stay in the spirit if we can. Read that for me, King.
This book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16.
Con.
Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace.
Say that again.
Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace.
We're going to have to come boldly to the throne of grace at the end of the time. When the time comes, and that's your time, and he X you out, and you die. Most high willing, we don't die. We get to see that chariot. But as Judah is doing it, man, it's going to be forever. I hate to say it. My people, Judah, boy. But again, most high will that we get our act together and we can make it. But we got to come bold to the throne of grace to do what?
That we may obtain mercy.
That we may obtain what?
That we may obtain mercy.
Keep going.
And find grace to help in time of need.
And the best time of need we're going to need is at the end. We can find need here while we're here on this planet, but I'd rather use that up until when I'm in his face. Let me get through the gate. Let my name be one of them. Hopefully we did enough. As priests like to say, Elder Priest Kahan, especially for the men, we got to strive to be part of that 144,000. Because if we miss that mark, guess what? You might land in the 1/3. But if you're only shooting to be in the 1/3 and you miss that mark, you in the 2/3. You can't get around that. So we must all strive to do our best. Don't let nobody take us off our pivot. We're going to come across situations. Please don't let them take us off our pivot. You see it, handle it, move on. Brush it off. Any last words?
Khan. All praise to the Father, reminds me of Jacob. The water for everybody that tuned in. The water for everybody that came to the pavilion to keep the Wednesday wisdom and 2022 Feast of Tabernacles.
Khan.
I pray that everybody stays on fire for the Most High, that we continue to love the Most High, to stay in brotherhood and sisterhood, and to stay in the Spirit and walk in the Spirit. Khan, all praise to the Most High.
You don't got nothing? Wow. That's the first. But that's my brother, though. Catch me and Asher always doing the class every Wednesday. If you can't make it to the school, always tune in. If you can't tune in that day, tune in throughout the week. And that's what all the classes we have at the Light of Zion. We got Lee County, tune into their classes, tune into while they out teaching on the streets. We got brothers in Lehigh that bringing out the word and this truth. Highlands County, Dade County. Again, Treasure Coast Con. Listening to them brothers. Hey, we got the Spanish channel, the Levitical channel coming soon. Oh, Shofar Loud, bring that out show on Tuesdays. Always tune in there. They always got powerful topics. If you got topics that you want any person or any school to go over, send it to us. Put it in the message board, and we can dive into it. If you got anybody that want to sit down and want to try to have a talk and have a little debate, the channels are open. I'm still waiting for my brother to come back on. You online right now. I see you. Yehuda, jump in. You feel me? But with that, I say Shalom, family. The water again for logging in. The water for being here. With that, I say Shalom.